Hi everybody, welcome back. Miss Rogers here. Today we're going to be talking about something that I actually enjoy but a lot of people don't. Decimals. Decimals are numbers that have a little decimal point within it. Decimals can be really, really tricky. I wish I had my paper and my whiteboard today, but I don't. So we're just going to have to improvise. We're all older enough, we can do that. It can be really easy for students and even adults like myself to mess up decimals. And what I mean by that is, say I have two decimals. I have 2.1 and 2.123. Okay? You're thinking, those are like the same number, right? They're not. You have to look at the place values within your decimals. Just like any normal number has place values. The number 27 has place values. The 2 is in the tens, the 7 is in the ones. Decimals has place values as well. All the numbers to the left of the decimal point, those are your whole numbers. So my decimal 2.1, my 2 is my whole number. My 1, that's part of a number. So it's going to be my 10th. But we're in 5th grade. We've already started learning all of this. We know these things. Okay, what happens when you go to compare two decimals? Remember our alligator mouth, our greater than, our less than, our equal to, our symbols, right? You can compare decimals just like you can compare whole numbers. 10 and 12, if we compared those two, we would say 10 is less than 12, or 12 is greater than 10. Decimals work the same way. We're going to take the numbers 5.798. I think that's a big number. 5.798. Okay? We're also going to take the decimal 5.81. Now write those numbers down for me. Miss Rogers doesn't have her pen and paper. Write those for me. 5.798 and 5.81. Okay? Write those numbers for me. When you first look at those numbers, tell me which number you think is the biggest, the greatest, the one that is valued the most. A lot of you said it's 5.798, right? Why is that? Because it has the most decimal points. It has the most numbers within the decimal, right? But this is when we have to use our math tools. We have to use the things that we've been taught. We've got to use our place value. We've got to use our knowledge of using our pen and paper to solve, really solve, not just glance at it. So you wrote 5.798 and 5.81, okay? I want you to put them on top of each other. But this is so important. That decimal point, I want you to line them up. 5.798, 5.81. I want those decimals on top of each other perfectly. Okay? You got that for me, right? Okay. So we're just going to go from left to right, and we're going to compare the number on top and the number on bottom to see which number is greater, which one has more value. We're going to start at our 5. It's on the left side of the decimal point. It's our whole number. 5. There's a 5 and a 5. Are those the same numbers? Yeah, so put a check mark under it if you want, or you could even put a line through it. We can't compare those two because they're the same. Then we have our decimal point. They're lined up together. Then we're going to look at our 10th spot. We have a 7 and we have an 8. Do you see where you messed up? It's so easy with decimals to mess up on this, guys. It's okay. I do it. I mess up. Your first thought was 5.798 is larger than 5.81. But it's not, is it? Because that 7 is less than that 8. So that automatically tells you that 5.81 is larger, is greater than 5.78, right? I know. Okay, even though we know this, let's keep going at our place values. So in our hundredths spot, we have a 9 and we have a 1. This could trick you. You could say, but wait, Miss Rogers, you're wrong. That 9 is bigger. It's greater. It is. You're right. But to the left of that is a 7. To the left of that 1 is an 8. We have to go from left to right. Do you see it? So, in conclusion, 5.81 is greater than 5.78. And we worked it out and we learned why that is. So next time when you do your own decimal comparison, you've got this. Do Miss Rogers' trick. Left to right. Line them up. You're doing so good, guys. I'm so proud of you. Talk to you later.